AgriTech business called CropScope, and he may give us a few comments on that this morning. Shintaro will present today on early stage startups and the latest AI trends. Let's go. Oh, there he is.
Hello, good morning. It's a great, truly honor to be here with you today. Thank you, Jim and Johnson. And I'm Shintaro Matsumoto. As served President and CEO of NEC X, kind of accelerator investor in Silicon Valley. Today, I'd like to share on our perspective on early stage startups and latest AI trends. Let's get started. So before diving into NEC X, let me briefly introduce myself. So my career started as a software engineer and experienced marketing, and then I joined the business innovation area 10 years ago almost. And firstly, I developed a business in AgriTech field that I'll tell you a bit more later. But actually, I spent around 5 years focused on the really take it grant. So this is my first new businesses. And I basically, in the end, we set up a joint venture in Portugal with our partner. After that, I took on a role as a deputy general manager, where I started guiding a few other areas, for example, the healthcare or robotics kind of. And I also began sharing the process I have established and eventually training and inspiring over 1,000 business designer in NEC Corporation. So this type of experience taught me the importance of combining deep technology and entrepreneurship is important. So one of the example of that is our AgriTech initiative called CropScope. As you might know, by automatically recording weather condition and satellite images and sensor data, so we enable farmers to monitor their fields directly from a smartphone. On top of that, AI analyzes that data to figure out the best amount of water and fertilizer for each field. So we then send those numbers direct to the irrigation system. So it makes automated farming possible. So we realized this using our digital twin technologies. Okay. So look at this initiative has already expanded 14 countries covering crops from tomatoes in Portugal to the rice in Asia. So it demonstrates how NEC's technologies and entrepreneurship can create a scalable global business. Okay. So now quick look at NEC itself. So we are established over 100 years, and we have 3 trillion revenues and over 100,000 employees global. And our business field is public solution and public infrastructure, including defense sector, and enterprise and network services, including aerospace to the submarine cables. this type of big businesses we have. But I mean, the NEC is a big traditional company. But as you know, many of most exciting business and technologies are coming from startups. But it's a very big challenging with a startup collaboration as a big traditional company. So we established NEC X 7 years ago as a venture arm of NEC Corporation. So our mission is to identify promising entrepreneurs and validate their ideas and help them grow with our investment and combining our technologies and global networks. This is our business model, and we do this through a venture studio model. Regarding venture studio model, so we call the LX, this is our brand name for the venture studio program. And we have two main tracks. The one is LX Ignite. Ignite is we run twice a year, and we receive over 400 applications in US. And we select eight startups, we select 30 startups for the phase 1, and we provide workshop and 1 month acceleration for them. And from these, we select only 8 startups for the 2 month sprint. We offer a small amount of funding and work closely on the customer discovery. Lastly, only 2 or 3 startups move on the phase 3. We can provide funding, not only funding, but also our technology and our own engineering resources to build a product together. This is our Ignite model. And another program is LX Boost. This is designed for seed stage startups, so we can provide funding and our technologies to scale their businesses. So far, we have run 14 batches and recently received 353 applications, but 2 years ago, we have only 141 applications. So it shows roughly doubled in popularity our program. And in our latest batch, we saw applications from 33 industries. The number 1 category is information technology. This is a kind of enterprise SaaS category. And healthcare, sales and marketing, and AgriTech and FinTech. Actually, the healthcare is the top category on the past 3 batches. But in this slide, in this time, the information technology come out on top for the first time. So that it related to maybe the generative AI kind of. So this shows the stage of the startups. So almost all of them is prototyping or POC phase with users. And surprisingly, there are very few startups that have only ideas. This is another trend. So the generative AI allows the startups to build prototypes earlier, quickly, so that almost everyone can turn into working prototyping much faster than before. This is a big trend for us. So far, we built a network of more than 7,000 entrepreneurs, and 183 startups we accelerated, and 24 of them are launched. This is our program called NEC. So this is the main part. So next, I'd like to share about trend, AI trend. So the pace of AI has been incredible recently. So we want to start by looking at trend among the early stage startups. So as I mentioned, we review over 1,000 early stage startups every year. So by analyzing them, we can see how AI usage has changed over the past year. Let's try. So this is a summary of that. So nearly 90% of the applications we received were AI related. But just half years ago, that number was just over 50% around. So it's not about AI as a buzzword anymore, and proposals are becoming much more practical and industry specific. The second one is instead of generating contents, kind of video, music, or VR, AR, is decreasing. And we are seeing AI agents that manage entire workflows. And we can see that many startups are looking for the data. For example, the OpenAI can't access that business systems like that. This is very important for the startups. And this shows that startups need to have a clear understanding of industry needs and know how to AI leverage. This is the key factor, a key success factor for the startups recently. Here is a more detailed one. And as I mentioned, so automation gonna up, and maybe the content generation seems to have dropped. And in terms of usage, this is a little bit interesting. The HR actually remained the largest area recently. So this has been a long-standing trend, and maybe the human-related challenges are complex and have contributed to be difficult to solve. But another trend would be a very rapid growth in compliance and legal. So startups focusing on the compliance, regulatory requirements, and safety standards have increased significantly. So here is a trend in the agri and the food sector. So the AgriTech is almost challenging, and we can see more complex solutions using blockchain, fintech, deep tech, like that. The focus is moving from single farms to the whole industry of the market system. This is a trend. And three other big trends would be, first one is traceability. So people want to know who produced and where. So and stablecoin boom is reigniting interest in a blockchain use case recently, maybe. So that it might be a little bit small period boom. But latest batch that we have a lot of fintech, not blockchain kind of applications. And the second one is, of course, climate change. So the fertilizer and pesticide is no longer enough. So new method use omics and AI and microbiosensors would be needed. And third one is market innovation. So agent AI can help with training, forecasting, demand, and contracting farming. So AgriTech is not only about efficiency, it is in change of a whole food system. This is a sample of our latest startup applications. As you know, the AI is everywhere, and some blockchain company is here. This is a sample. Okay, that's a trend I want to talk about. And finally, I'd like to introduce 2 or 3 early stage startups in the agri-tech field. This is our portfolio company. So the first one is Beldi. It is a smart irrigation company. The solution is affordable and easy to adapt, and already seeing a strong demand in the Silicon Valley, of course. But it's originally a Canadian company. The AI is used to calculate the right amount of irrigation, and they are also working on integration with the CropScope I mentioned. The next one is AgriTech, who provides solutions to wineries. Using computer vision, their robotics arm automatically identifies which grape bud should be removed or which should remain, and trims accordingly. Recently, they have expanded beyond grape pruning to develop harvesting machine for vegetables using computer vision. The last one is QI. The QI has a solution already used by major beverage companies, and their system feeds customer data into AI, which automatically creates your user segments. Then, using social listening, it gathers insight about the interest of each segment and help design target marketing campaigns. But it doesn't happen there. But it doesn't stop there. So since the AI can predict how each segment will react to marketing message, so it also works as a kind of a firewall against negative reactions. So essentially providing a crisis simulation tool for companies. This is an interesting use case, I think. Okay, so let me wrap up. NEC X is standing beside entrepreneurs to help them. And I truly believe the next innovation will come from a founder who can combine the AI and industry knowledge. So, and we can help them to make it happen. Okay, so this is NEC X and AI trends. Thank you for listening.
That was great. We could do one short question. Shintaro. Yes, sir.
Have you connected with any of the local startup organizations like Blue Startup or anything?
Yeah. I will connect Blue Startups, and I will meet Shenoa today. Thank you.
Friends.